All right, so this video is basically going to be what you guys need to understand if you're trying to grow your streams in 2025, right? We're halfway through 2025. The meta has shifted. There's a lot of people trying to stream, right? Whether you're trying to stream on Twitch, YouTube, Kick, whatever it is. I'm going to give you my advice. I've been doing this content creation basically for like, I'd say 8 or 9 years at this point. And I've learned a lot, right? I have multiple successful YouTube channels. I have a Twitch stream where I have an audience on there. It's not the main part of my revenue, from content creation, but it's a decent chunk. And it seems to be what people focus on the most, right? Everyone wants to be a streamer. And this video, I'm going to kind of break down like the harsh realities of how it happens, right? How it comes into play. Everything that you're doing really does affect how you can grow on Twitch or grow on Kick or grow on YouTube, right? So we're going to start off with, the comment that I get the most on all of my videos. And that comment is hey, I've been streaming for 6 or 7 months. I can't seem to break 3, 4, 5 viewers. Like, what am I doing wrong? What can I change? How can I improve this? How can I become a streamer? And it's kind of hard to explain this, right? And that's why I'm sure you've watched a million videos where you're kind of getting people saying almost the exact same things. But I'm going to do my best to give you a unique take on this here, right? So before we dive into it, though, if you guys are trying to become streamers and you want to stand out amongst the sea of millions and millions of other people trying to do the same thing, you want your stream to stand out and pop, right? Kind of grab people by the way that it looks right off the bat. You guys should check out the sponsor for today's video, Own.tv. Owned.tv is your one-stop shop for fresh new graphics for your stream. Whether you're on Twitch, YouTube, or Kick, you'll find something that's a perfect fit for your channel. They offer full-themed overlay packages, which are great if you're trying to give your stream a complete makeover, but let's say you're looking to pick up some new alert graphics, don't worry, because they've got you covered there too. You could find single graphics such as alerts, emotes, banners, panels, and logos as well. And one of the best parts about these overlays is that they are completely modular. So if you and your friends all pick up the same overlay, such as this Rodan one right here, you could change the colors and tweak it to match your brand, and none of you will have the exact same overlay. If you're looking to take your stream to the next level, be sure to check out Own.tv using my link below to support the channel. And don't forget, use code HAMMER at checkout for an additional 50% off your order. Now, back to the video. Okay, so we're back. And I want to be brutally honest with you guys because I've been getting this comment on my videos for a long time now. And so for anyone who is trying to become a streamer and you're stuck in this boat of, 1 to 5 viewers, you can't seem to pass that. Maybe you have a full-time job, you can't really put the amount of time in that you need to for this. Maybe you have a family, maybe you have kids, or maybe you're, just a teenager and you're trying to make it in streaming. I'm going to tell you guys right now that putting all of your time into streaming to becoming a streamer is not worth it. It's really not, right? The reality of it is that these platforms, especially Twitch, has almost zero discoverability on the platform itself. So you just putting in that time streaming really does not grow your stream. And I know that's hard to understand because if you look at any other aspect of content creation, whether it's you're trying to grow on TikTok or YouTube, stuff like that, putting the time in, creating content, editing videos, publishing videos, you will see growth no matter what, as long as you're consistently working at it, as long as you're consistently posting, right? If you're posting for 6 months straight, 2-3 videos a week on YouTube or TikTok, there's almost a 0% chance that you're not going to see growth from when you started at day 1 till when you hit that 6-month marker. You'll see growth no matter what, even if your content is terrible. It's just that on Twitch, you really don't grow from streaming. On Kick, you really don't grow from just streaming. There's some argument here that maybe on YouTube, you could grow from just streaming because of the way that YouTube works as a platform. You can stream on YouTube for 3 or 4 hours or an hour, whatever it is, and then title and create a good title and create a good thumbnail for your stream and let that stream live after you're live as an uploaded video, basically. And it could, potentially gain views and gain you subs and, be growing you while you're not live, right? So the point of this all is that you want to be growing your stream when you're not live, right? You don't really start to see stream growth while you're live unless you're like over 50 to 60 viewers, right? Where it's pushing you up and promoting your stream while you're live to new people that can then click in and follow you. But for the majority of the beginning portion of your growth, I would say from 1 to probably 50-ish viewers, that's going to come from just purely advertising your stream outside of streaming, right? So essentially the way it works is you want to stream less time, stream like 2 or 3 days a week, and spend the other time that you would be spending streaming, spend that time creating content on TikTok, create YouTube shorts, create YouTube long form videos if you're, want to get into editing, and use that to kind of promote your live stream for when you're live. This is the sad reality of it, and a lot of people don't really understand it, and they don't want to put in that work because, to be completely honest, content creation is, in my opinion, a lot more work than just working a normal 9-to-5 job, right? If you work a normal 9-to-5, even if it's for, let's say, minimum wage, wherever it is that you live, to earn that from content creation, whether it's streaming or YouTube, is going to take you probably double the work that it takes you to just go to work. So if you're doing this to, try and earn some kind of revenue, earn some kind of money, maybe get yourself out of debt or some kind of bad situation, this is not the solution, right? Yes, there's one-offs where people just blow up overnight or get this or that. That doesn't happen that frequently anymore. And the problem is there's so much competition. So if that's why you're getting into streaming, you should just quit right now. And that is the harsh truth about this. You should not be doing this for money. You should be doing it because you're passionate about it, you enjoy it, and it's kind of like a hobby. And if it turns into something more, then that's great. That's how I started doing this. I started doing it as a hobby, right? I was always the person in my family and my friends or whatever that everyone contacted me on how to set up OBS, how to set up their stream, how to do this, how to fix their phone, what microphone should I get, what camera works for this. So I decided, you know what, I'm just gonna make videos on this for fun, like 8 years ago, and I started doing that. I luckily, after posting hundreds and hundreds of hours worth of content, eventually had a couple of videos really kind of take off, and then that set the tone for me, and I went from there. Now I have multiple YouTube channels that are successful. I stream over on Twitch, and I do this pretty much full time. But there's no formula to just making that happen overnight. You need to put the work in. You need to create the content, right? If you're someone who plays World of Warcraft and you have a plethora of World of Warcraft knowledge, be an educator, not an entertainer. That's all I'm going to say. That is my advice to anyone wanting to start to grow on a streaming platform. You need to create content outside of your streaming platform or on your streaming platform if you're streaming on YouTube. Create, short form or long form content, and it's much easier to grow and gain an audience and gain views when you are being an educator rather than an entertainer. There's a lot of entertainers out there, and chances are there's a lot of people better than you at editing, recording, planning scripts, all this stuff, because here's the thing, once these creators are doing that full time, they can put more money, more time, more effort into their entertainment videos, which will ultimately end up being more entertaining than yours. So my advice to you is be an educator on something, on one of these platforms. Build that audience, educating people on the best ways to play this game, the best way to do this, the best anything. It doesn't even have to be gaming related. Whatever it is that you're doing, be an educator, not an entertainer, at least in the beginning. Being an educator gains you a following a lot quicker, right? It's searchable content. Title your videos and things in a way that it works really well with SEO, right? Search engine optimization. Your videos will be popping up when people search for them. Now, that is going to give you some kind of steady library of content, a steady library of views coming in, of subscribers coming in. You build up trust with your community. You're basically building a community of people that enjoy your content and trust you because what you're telling them works. And then that's how you would infinitely grow a Twitch or Kick or YouTube stream. You're going to want to build a community, build trust with that community, give them something of value, and then you'll start to see people coming over to your streams. It's a lot more work than most people think. So I'm not going to sugarcoat this for you guys and be like, oh yeah, just stream 5 nights a week for 6 hours and you'll eventually grow. You could do that for 2, 3, 4, 5 years and really never see any growth. And the reason is that there's no discoverability there. And there's people that are more entertaining than you, and there's people that are more established than you. So be an educator, create content. If you're if you're someone who is educating people and creating that content consistently every single week, you will see growth and you will see people coming over to your streams. It's almost a guarantee. And you don't need to be a complete guru on something. There's a lot of things that are very simple in games or in life or in tech or whatever it is that you're doing that may seem like common knowledge to you or your friends or your family, but to other people, they had no idea. So they were looking it up on YouTube. They were Googling it, right? Like for me, if you go on Google and you search up like the best OBS settings, how to set up OBS for streaming in high quality or whatever on low-end PCs, whatever, my videos are ranked super high in Google. I'm popping up on the front page when people search that stuff without even them not even being on YouTube, right? So it makes a big difference. So the moral of this story here is I'm going to say you guys need to be educators, be creators, and then worry about the entertainment value after. Worry about the stream after. But you're not really going to have much success growing a stream if you are not building an audience outside of your stream. Does that make sense? I hope it did. If it did, like the video, subscribe to the channel, follow me on Twitch, twitch.tv/hammerdance. I stream Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern time, and I want you all to keep those hammers up, and I'll see you next time.